I don't know who this is right here, E. Edholm. You're tripping, bro. You're tripping. Cause there's no way the Panthers win this game. There's no way. I don't know what to tell you, Raider Nation. That was the most embarrassing game that could have possibly happened. That was just an embarrassment on all facets of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching. We looked like a high school JV team, honestly, against the Carolina Panthers. It was just all bad. And it really hurts that I'm going to have to relive this with you guys. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Is the lone setback here on 1st and 10. Dalton from the gun. Fakes to Hubbard. Steps up in the pocket. Completes. Good mix of running pass till this point. 1st and 10. Dalton over the middle. It's caught. That's the tight end, Tommy Tremble, going airborne. Not only their last time they won a game, week 15 of last year, that's the last time they had a lead in a game. Dalton to the check. Hubbard bangs his way in. Touchdown.
Now, when they scored this play, it didn't really faze me because I figured they were going to be a little bit better with Andy Dalton, a veteran quarterback, a better passer for sure. I didn't mind that they went down and scored. I obviously would have loved for us to get a stop, but I didn't really mind it because we start slow. I don't know why, but we always start slow. I knew we were going to get our offense back there, and I knew we had a better personnel. We have a better team. So I expected us to go and answer right back.
The Carolina Panthers, rejuvenated behind Dalton, make their early statement here in Vegas.
The look, going to check it down to his swing, and then look, really gets a nice block outside. He can get on a run, and then that's when he really plays at a confident level.
We certainly saw that last week. That's Alexander Madison. It's a first down completion. Minshew goes to his raise, going to take a shot deep down the field, and it is caught. Trey Tucker. So they mark it down at the 21-yard line, 1st and 5 after the penalty. White starting to work up a lather for the Raiders.
If I would challenge that.
They wisely run the play. Madison on the take.
You see right here, we're feeling good, right? We got a big play to Trey Tucker. We scored a rushing touchdown. We got some decent rushes. We went all the way from, I think it was our 3 or 4. We went all the way down from our own end zone, basically, to scoring a touchdown. And we're feeling good. We tied up the game. Now, all right, let's use that momentum defense. Let's get a stop, right?
No signal yet from the officials. Touchdown! Can challenge. Madison bangs it in.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up operation between Gardner Minshew and his offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, because, again, there might have been an he has a special way of being able to connect with all 53.
Chuba Hubbard. Boy, Carolina making a statement with this ground game at the start. The Raiders defense has not allowed a 3rd and 10 or more conversion this season. Before that completion, Dalton.
Let's listen to what he said prior to that play.
Chuba Hubbard. Boy, Carolina making a statement with this ground game at the start.
Listen right here.
The Raiders defense has not allowed a 3rd and 10 or more conversion this season. Before that completion, Dalton right on target.
I want you to also, while we go through what seems to be a Carolina Panthers highlight video, look at where Andy Dalton finds these receivers. They're either wide open down the middle because we're playing super soft zone coverage, or hitting everything underneath, and then they're getting a lot of yak yards. And guess what we don't do? We don't adjust. We don't go up. We don't play man. I don't know. I love Pat Graham as a defensive coordinator, but I don't understand what was going on with our defense. I really don't.
Really a nice job, and Dalton steps up in there and fires that right at the hash mark.
On 2nd and 10, they keep Dalton protected. He fires a strike. Leggett breaking free. There is a flag thrown in the offensive backfield. We'll see if this one's coming back. But this is where Crosby is so lethal. Can they protect Dalton? Put some air under it to the end zone. It's caught. Picture perfect dive from...
After that touchdown right there by the Panthers, I knew. I even said out loud when I was watching the game, it's going to be a shootout. We're going to have to win in a shootout to the Carolina Panthers. I just felt it. And I don't know if I was the only one that felt it, but it sure did seem like that because for some reason we couldn't get a stop on third down, on long third downs. We couldn't stuff any of their rushing attempts. I don't know what was going on, but as soon as they scored this touchdown to Deontay Johnson, I said, I knew this was going to be a shootout, which it was for the Panthers.
Dalton to Deontay Johnson, and the Panthers retake the lead.
You can't go deep, so you just run away from a defender that's playing outside leverage. There's nobody over to the other side to help him. They've got the running back over there to be able to pull the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up in the flat, and then you get beautiful touch.
Now the Panthers GM.
Didi, just wonderful. One of Arch's contemporaries. Warms the heart. What a play, what a catch, Devontae.
Then we come right back. Hit a big play, Devontae. Oh, we're going to sustain a drive for once, right?
Tay Adams, who was a beast in that fourth quarter last week in their comeback win, Arch, in Baltimore.
Rush the ball twice. It's now 3rd and 7. What do we do?
Trying to put it all together as they play with a lead here in Vegas. On a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, rush the ball. To go for it on 4th and, 5? 4? 4th and 4? We're only down 7 points right now. Why are we rushing the ball on 3rd and 7? It's okay to trust our defense. We obviously have trusted our defense in the past. So I don't understand going for it here. Let's pin them back with AJ Cole. I really don't know. I mean, I get it, I guess, because our defense was so terrible in the first, 3 drives of the Carolina Panthers offense. I don't know what was going on here. We could not do anything at all.
Luke Getsy calls a run play to Madison. You could slot.
And he typically lines up split out, but he is the second receiver from the top of the screen.
What does Getsy dial up here on 4th and 3? Here they come. They choose pass, deflected, batted down. Dalton this time protected, sling it on over the middle, a little bit low for Thielen, and it's incomplete. Boy, they had a chance. The Panthers have all 3 timeouts.
All 3 timeouts.
1st and 20. Minshew feels the pocket collapse, and he's going down.
Yeah, and
Gardner Minshew too. He held on to the ball for way too long this game. I felt like he held on to the ball way too long.
I think you have to use your timeout here. Line up and kick for 3 points.
This is Tucker, who's had the bulk of their passing yards. That big 54-yard catch. Arch definitely surprised.
Right here. The end of the second half, right? Or the first half, I should say. The end of the first half. There's a minute 23 left. The Panthers have 2 timeouts left. They're going to want the ball back. They want the ball back. Why don't we run the ball? Make them use their 2 timeouts. Don't let them score again. Don't let them get any more momentum than they already have. Let's run the ball here. This is where we actually run the ball, guys. Run the ball. Kill some clock. Let's go into halftime only down 7 rather than down, I think we went in down 14. We feel way better going down only down 7 rather than 14. That only seems logical to me, but apparently not to this coaching staff.
So you got that defense, so you don't just run the ball twice and force them to use a couple of timeouts.
That's what I
here.
would have thought. Then when they just rushed 4 players.
Dalton over the middle, slinging it, first down and more. Johnson, Deontay Johnson showing the wheels. He's still going. Johnson's going to get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. 33 seconds. He picks up 35.
Panthers are trying to get a touchdown.
They still got that one timeout left in their back pocket. Dalton taking a shot to the end zone. It is caught. Adam Thielen.
If you're going to play a soft zone and let everything underneath, that is the one thing you cannot let happen. A deep ball down the middle. A deep ball down the middle. You just can't let that happen, especially with 28 seconds left in the half.
Magnificent pass from Dalton. And now Thielen looks like he's hurt. It's a 31-yard touchdown strike. This is going to temper the touchdown celebration. Thielen's such a heart and soul piece for the Panthers. His head coach trotting out onto the field. He has been one of the all-time great undrafted players in the history of the NFL. When you consider his production, boy, the weight that he came down on that shoulder. You saw him clutch down at his leg.
That's the job of a head coach, to try to get this team back on track.
Minshew to the air. This is the tight end, Bowers.
Oh, boy.
And Bowers trying to get him in the field.
Guess how many receptions that is for Brock Bowers? Yeah, you're right. It's 1. That's his first reception. 19 seconds left in the first half.
Goal range potentially.
Yes.
What a massive breakdown
Well,
there for
huge.
the Panthers. A pickup of 21.
Or maybe just one play before you have to try to kick the field goal.
Right on the boundary of Carlson's field goal range. Minshew threading the needle, deflected. And the officials will rule incomplete. Boy, dangerous play there. Josie Jewell was right there for the Panthers. 7th year in the league for Carlson. Operation sound, but Carlson's kick is...
I feel bad for Daniel Carlson. He should have made this. This is right in his wheelhouse. I truly believe he makes this 9 out of 10 times. This is the one time he doesn't. But he shouldn't even have been put in this situation, because we shouldn't be down 14. We shouldn't need these 3 points as badly as we do here.
Wide left. And the Raiders come up empty to take us to halftime here in Las Vegas.
To me, the name of the game in this first half for this defense is, how can we disrupt Dalton in the pocket?
Dalton gets it out. It's Johnson.
Oh, my goodness.
Johnson breaking away from Jones, who just was able to get him around the shoe tops. Just unbelievable differences in the numbers in those key statistical categories so far for the Panthers. Hubbard's got a first down and more.
When we make Chuba Hubbard look like Saquon Barkley, you know something is wrong. You know we're doing something wrong. So why haven't we fixed it? Why haven't we adjusted to do something?
And Crosby, and put some sort of pressure on Dalton.
Panthers comfortably in field goal range. Dalton's pass going to be short as they get it to Mingo, a couple of yards short of the marker. So decision time here, among the most accurate in the history of the sport. This one a 43-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. And Pinheiro builds on Carolina's lead.
Even going back to last week has just been awful.
What a potential turnaround here as you give Dalton and company a short. 2nd and 2. Dalton faking. Goes to the check. This is Hubbard. First down and more. Dalton underneath to Sanders. Has a lead blocker. Sanders cuts back. Sanders inside the 20. They'll get him there, so his forward progress will take him close to the 17-yard line. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Eddie Pinheiro hit from 43 earlier. This one from 35. And the Panthers in command, up 20 here on the Vegas Strip. First snaps of the season. We saw him a little bit in the first half. Young man who had missed a chunk of their training camp, preseason, an assortment of ailments as Madison is blown up here right after the catch.
That was a bad pass by Minshew as well. 3rd and, I think it was 6 or 8 or something like that. You have to get that first down. We have to sustain some kind of drive. We have to be able to move the ball. I don't know what drive this is for the Panthers, but it seems like this entire video, they've had the ball. Like I said, this is a Carolina Panthers, a highlight video. It's not a game highlight.
And right now, a chance to build on this 20-point lead. With this play's growing eerily quiet. It's Johnson again. That's a first down completion. Dalton again goes underneath to Hubbard. Hubbard, boy, has been a lethal weapon out of the backfield. Hubbard taking on all tacklers. Andy Dalton over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns passing. Hubbard doing his dance. Hubbard looking for more. Panthers end of the day 2 of 22 on third down. Look at what they've done so far in this game. Dalton puts some air under it, back of the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. It was Bennett.
Pass interference, defense number 0. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
You've got to really credit this offensive line the way they've played today.
It's a great point. Run play. Sanders, touchdown. The Carolina Panthers are putting it on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Just double team it up front.
Appeared to break the plane before his body hit the turf. With 13 and change left in regulation. Dalton protected, back of the end zone, it's caught. And now they say incomplete. Leggett ran out of real estate right on the back chalk.
You can tell he's played a lot of football.
Aditi, they may build a statue for Andy before they get back to Charlotte as Trey Tucker on the catch.
They just haven't been able to get away from any of these Panther defenders.
Minshew has all day to throw, but everyone's covered. Finally gets it underneath to Madison on the check. Madison's going to have a first down and more. So finally a little bit of room to work for the Raiders.
Not giving Minshew a lot of escape.
Look at this.
Finally a little bit of room to work for the Raiders.
Not give.
0 rushes, 5 passing yards, 45 yards. And it feels like we're moving the ball, right? I understand we can't only pass the ball. I get that. I totally get that. But why does it feel that whenever we do run the ball, it's either under center, where everyone knows and expects it to come, or something in between the tackles? Can we get, I don't know, something off the tackles? Let's do a zone. Let's do an end around. Like, let's get it to some other players. Let's implement some more screens out of the backfield. I feel like we're not using our personnel to its fullest capabilities, and I don't know why. Like, let's get a screen to Brock Bowers. Let's get an end around to Trey Tucker. Like, it doesn't have to be just Devontae, or it doesn't have to be just one person, but like, let's do something different. I just want something different, because right now it seems like we're doing the same thing, shooting ourselves in the foot, running the ball for the sake of being stubborn and wanting to run the ball. Like, let's figure something out. Let's do something different. And for the past 3 weeks, we have not.
Giving Minshew a lot of escape lanes to try to improvise.
Minshew here. This will be a first down completion to Bowers.
21 years old and just has a natural feel for playing the game.
Fresh set of downs. Minshew goes through his reads near side of the field. Gets it to Myers. Myers is in. Touchdown.
About time.
I like how Myers just took this ball, didn't dance, didn't delay, and looks like he's able to get that ball in. He just turns right upfield.
Minshew on the 2-point try. Looking back in the end zone. It is caught. Concentration, the catch.
Yep.
Both feet down.
Dalton just has to make sure, number one, he takes care of the football and doesn't make a bad decision.
Dalton to Mingo, and he's blowing up. Just textbook defense from Nate.
Like right here, we're down 18 points, and they're about to give us the ball back. We have a little bit of juice going here, right? Let's implement some different stuff
Hobbs
here.
keeps it all in front of him. It's a loss of 5. Minshew to the air, fires Adams. This was the connection arch last week.
Come up and make the tackle in bounds and make him drive.
And that's what we do instead. Instead of building on the momentum of getting the ball back with enough time to go down and score, we give the ball away. That is something we cannot do. We cannot do that. Especially down in the fourth quarter by multiple possessions. We cannot give the ball away.
The link to the field.
Minshew is picked off. Mike Jackson. Minshew threw it right at him.
On the check down, they've been able to get big yards after the catch and exploit those Raider linebackers.
Hubbard coming back for more. On the road here in Las Vegas. 3rd and 4. This is Sanders. Has turned the tide for this team and then some. 26-yard chip shot by Pinheiro is good. O'Connell climbs the pocket and completes. It's Abdullah out of the backfield. Work on here as they will quickly start to make preparations for the Cleveland Browns next week as Myers makes the catch.
You know, with the injury to Brown, you think, you know, who are the playmakers here who are going to wreak havoc up front?
Man, you will not see a crazier one-week turnaround for an NFL team than what you've seen this week from the Carolina Panthers. Just mind-boggling. And it has come at the expense of a Raiders team, Arch, that came in here just booming with confidence. Jacoby Myers on the catch. Aiden O'Connell getting some run here down the stretch near side. O'Connell, hard fake to the end zone. On the comebacker, they get it.
On this last drive of the game, Aiden O'Connell did look really good. And I know now that some people are calling for Aiden O'Connell to be the starter for next week. You know, I think Garner has done a good job the past 2 weeks and even somewhat here in this game. But I think it's really just our play calling is so bad. Gardner can only do so much with what he's given. And I know they don't trust him enough to change the play call at the line of scrimmage that often. So I do think that Gardner will probably be the starter next week. But if he has another second half of this game and it continues to next week, Aiden O'Connell should get a shot.
To Tucker for the touchdown.
A nice job by O'Connell. Panthers, you know, bringing pressure. He's able to escape and just find Tucker able to get open there on the sideline in the end zone.
Aiden O'Connell got those 10 starts last year as a rookie, coming on for the injured Jimmy Garoppolo. As Canales about to get his first win as an NFL head coach. Touchdown formation, and that's going to do it here in Las Vegas. Authors just...
And that's the game. I don't even know what to tell you guys, honestly. That was just such an embarrassing game. It was such a bad game by the Raiders. I don't even want to look at the stats to even show you how bad they are because it's just going to get me more upset. But we got the Cleveland Browns next week, another team that has been struggling. And we need to figure this thing out. I don't know what needs to happen, but whatever it is, it needs to happen. And it needs to happen now. Whether that is bringing in Aiden O'Connell, I know I said that I thought Minshew will be the starter. But if we need some kind of different spark on offense, if we need to figure something out on defense, I have no clue. But I do know that this week we need to lock in. We cannot go back-to-back games losing to teams that are struggling now. Also, I want to touch on, I know Max Crosby had an ankle injury coming into this game, and I know that they now designated it as a high ankle sprain. You know, I knew that it was kind of more serious than they were kind of letting on because Max Crosby never wants to be out of the game. He wants to play all the snaps all the time. And for him to be out of this game every so often and him not to have a huge impact on this game, especially against a team that we know he can dominate, it just seemed kind of weird and fishy. So now knowing that it is a high ankle sprain and those are a worse graded sprain than like a low ankle sprain or, something like that. I am expecting Crosby to kind of take it slower for this week, and I hope that he's going to be able to play against the Browns because we are going to need him. We had zero pressure. I don't know where Christian Wilkins was, where Tyree Wilson was. Snowden, I think, got a sack, but besides that, we had zero pressure on Andy Dalton all day, and we need that pressure if we are going to win against the Browns. Yeah, look forward to the game preview against the Browns on Friday. I really hope that next Monday I really don't come back here and we put up this kind of performance again, because that would be super upsetting. Yeah, Raider fans, tough week this week, but we got to keep going. It's a long season. This is only week 3. I believe in this team, but we need to figure it out. We have to. But thank you, Raider Nation. Leave a like, subscribe, follow me on all of my socials. I got some stuff coming up on my socials for you guys. Yeah, thank you, Raider Nation, and just win, baby.